Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. You can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading.
What do we have for Leo? Five of Cups, Scorpio energy at the foundation. Leo, I'm picking up an energy here, and I have been feeling this in the collective the past few days, and a lot of this has to do with what's taking place astrologically speaking. But what I'm getting here for you, Leo, you're having a lot of growth take place in your life. It's an energy of just really moving on to the next stage, the next phase, a new season in your life. This can show up in many different ways inside your reality. It can be family-based, it can be friendships, romantic relationships. It can even have something to do with your career or moving. So take it as it fits. But what I'm getting here is with this Five of Cups is an energy that is feeling very abandoned by your presence, but not in a way where they miss you, they wish you were still around. It's an energy where you've had to leave this energy behind because there was some sort of toxic cord of attachment here. And now these energies are feeling a sense of loss because they're not able to keep you in this toxic energy anymore. Whatever this is has something to do with the stability of your life. It's at the foundation of the reading. So like I said, it could be family-based, it could be work-related, take it as it fits. But it's you really wising up, moving on to the next season in your life, on to better. And this energy is feeling a huge sense of loss that they're not able to keep you pinned down anymore. There was a point in time where you couldn't even focus on the positive, Leo. You couldn't even see your way forward because you were so consumed by this energy you had around you. But finally, you were able to detach. Finally, you were able to move on. And I feel now this Five of Cups is representing karma. This is those energies now having to sit in the energy that they tried to keep you in. And 100% of the time, Leo, the way you remove yourself from these cycles is by realizing your own potential. This has a way of disempowering these energies because they don't want you to see how truly capable you are of having growth without them. What do we have at the sacral? Wow. Wheel of Fortune, Sag energy at the sacral. Like I said, onto a new season in your life. Destiny energy. A new life cycle. And this is aligning perfectly with us entering into Aries season, the first sign of the zodiac. So if you've been doing the work, you're on to the next revolution. You're on to the next level in the game, and these energies are being left behind because they haven't been doing the work. They've been putting all their energy into trying to hold you back, and God knows whoever else. But this is you awakening to this. You're ready to move on. It's an energy of you seeing visions of your future, where you're to go next. It's an energy of you getting your orders for the next mission in the game. This was a karmic cycle you were meant to run with these individuals, however this shows up for you, because not only are you to wake up to how truly powerful you are, and wake up to this energy of purpose and destiny and where you're supposed to be going, but you also are the deliverer of karma to these individuals simply by empowering and moving forward in confidence. Turning the wheel of destiny over these devil energies in your life, right? And here you are, receiving your new mission statement from your spirit guides, from the divine. Cycle complete. The mission has been completed. Good job, Leo. Now prepare yourself for the next level in the game. What do we have at the solar plexus? Wow. Seven of Swords, Aquarius energy at the solar plexus. And these energies, it's like they're trying to utilize the same tricks. They're like, I wonder if Leo is seeing me stealing their power, right? They're looking back. They're like, Leo? Leo, where are you? Leo's gone. Leo wised up to your tricks. For some of you, this is the energy of a divorce, some sort of separation taking place. There's this relentless sort of energy here that was repeating over and over and over again, which is the energy of a karmic cycle. It's like the energy of being in Groundhog Day and you finally moved on. It's really hard to move on from karmic cycles like this. I've been through this many times. But it gets easier and easier. Once you really start to move on, you start to see how karmic cycles work and how the patterns work. The patterns keep repeating because the universe is trying to wake you up to the fact that you're in a cycle. You need to break out of this. And a karmic cycle is like a macro version of a bad habit. You know, let's say a bad habit of smoking. Say you're a smoker and you're trying to quit. You quit for a week, and then you have a cigarette, and then you find yourself back in that same cycle, and you're like, man, I was able to quit for a week, and here I am, right back in the same cycle. It's the same thing. A bad habit is exactly the same as being in a karmic cycle with an individual or individuals, however it shows up in your life. It's just a cycle that needs to be broken. And it's important to understand that it's all about how much time we lose to these cycles, because this is how the devil gets you. All of these cycles that we go through in our life, these karmic cycles, are all byproducts of the matrix to waste our life clock minutes. We only have a certain amount. So whenever we lose our time to these cycles, however this shows up in your life, whether it's a habit or a toxic cycle with a family member or a relationship that you're in, even work environment, the devil has essentially gotten a win over you. So it's very important to understand how these cycles are unfolding in your life, Leo, and start breaking these. Because the way these devil energies work in your life is, it's very veiled. Their whole goal is to just waste your time because they can go unnoticed. And I feel like there's been a real influx in these energies lately. Well, there's been an influx for the past few years, but I really feel it right now. And maybe I just feel it because I'm aware of it, and I'm constantly trying to break cycles in my own life all the time. We're always going to do this. As long as we're here, we're always going to be breaking some sort of cycle somewhere in our life, right? It's very important that you're on a quest to recover as much as your time as you possibly can back to yourself, Leo. Rid yourself of as many distractions as possible to live a happy, well-balanced life. A lot of us are just so caught up inside the everyday grind of living inside the matrix that it almost seems impossible. But again, as long as you're aware of how this works, it does get easier with time, and you are able to recognize these energies before you give them the opportunity to take up residency in your life. This could be for people who keep attracting the same kind of toxic individual. See, this was a big one for me. I lost a lot of years to very toxic relationships. I kept attracting the same kind of person. But there was a lot more to it because I had to actually wake up to what was unhealed within inside of myself so I could understand why I was attracting these individuals to begin with. And the reason why we attract these energies into our life is because there's something inside of us that has been wounded. You can't really blame the energy that you're attracting. They're just doing what they know, and you're just doing what you know. So essentially, you're just dancing with these individuals by way of this karmic entanglement. This is an energy here of you, Leo, really starting to understand how this works. Understanding that we must really be on a quest for healing these energies inside of us so we can just start attracting what's in alignment with who we truly are. Shedding all these layers of trauma. Getting to the core of ourselves. And then aligning with what is really meant for us. Now, I would like to think that once you heal yourself, you just stop attracting all those other sort of karmic energies, but I don't think this is the case. I think you'll always attract those energies, but you'll just become more discerning. You'll start to see it. It's like there's always going to be a test because those energies, they resonate at this low vibrational demonic frequency that is always going to try and weasel its way back under our door. I could really go on about this forever, Leo, but simply put, it's important to use discernment and to recognize these energies because you're going to always be tested. It's just a part of your path. Once you're on the road to healing, the demon frequencies will always try and see if they can get one over on you. What do we have at the heart? 3 of Swords. Wow. Right there at the heart. Goes along perfectly with everything I'm saying. This is an energy of you healing and moving on from any sort of heartbreak and loss that you've experienced in your life, Leo. Right here at the heart as well. Releasing pain. It's an energy of healing yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. Typically when it comes to this trauma, it's going to show up in all areas of your life. But there is an emphasis on this reading around you understanding that to elevate, you need to heal trauma within inside of yourself. This is really the key to ascension, is healing. We're constantly healing. It's perpetual. It never stops. And it's not supposed to, because healing is actually just you recognizing what doesn't serve your highest good and aligning yourself with evolution. Evolution is a birthing process. The birthing process is a violent process. So spiritual awakenings are essentially just reflecting the birthing process. It's a very violent undertaking. But as long as you understand this, Leo, there's nothing to even worry about. See, it's all about self-examination. Why am I attracting this energy, and what does that tell me about myself, or what is the universe trying to direct me to wake up to in my life? As long as you have this kind of mindset, Leo, you'll always win. It's when people start to refuse self-examination and think that they're above other people or above God and evolution. This is when you start to see people's lives fall apart little by little. You know, I grew up with a family who didn't support therapy or getting help for any sort of trauma or anything like this. Sweeping this sort of energy under the rug was highly encouraged in my family. And I can't tell you, Leo, how horribly misaligned this is. There is nothing wrong with healing. A lot of us have grown up inside families where they make it seem like it's a form of weakness. And what I have grown to realize is that not getting the help is actually the form of weakness. What do we have at the throat? The sun. Leo, that's your energy at the throat. This whole spread is about healing and the ascension that is attached to this healing. And this is going on inside the entire collective right now. It's also an energy of graduation, just really understanding what you've overcome and having an understanding of what still needs to be worked on. Like I said, it's perpetual, and that's okay. It's cool to heal yourself. It's cool to want to overcome any sort of childhood traumas or otherwise in your life. It's cool to want to be the absolute best version of yourself you can possibly be. We've been programmed to think that these are all things that are very uncool, right? But when you really look at this from a universal vantage point, Leo, you start to see how these are opposing energies. They're de-evolving energies. They're trying to de-evolve you, keep you stuck, stagnated. With this sun at the throat, Leo, this is an energy of success and happiness. And this is what's directly connected to this healing. A lot of you have been through a really tough time this past few years. Most of us have. But the Leo Collective has overcome a lot of really dark cycles. And now you're being brought into this season in your life where it's time to really focus on you, your healing, rebuilding, but building anew, building on the foundation of this new healed version of yourself. I feel like you've learned more about yourself in this past few years, Leo, than you have in your entire life. What do we have at the third eye? Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the third eye. Leo, you are not the same person you were, let's say, a year ago. People were not prepared for you to step into your power the way you have. You're in this very confident kind of energy right now. Very analytical, very straight talking. You're not putting up with any BS. You have a very keen sense of how these games work, and you're not allowing yourself to get pulled back into any of these cycles anymore. This is an energy right here of somebody who has healed themselves, continues to heal themselves, because like I said, it's a perpetual thing. It never ends. And now you're using discernment to protect yourself and how far you've come. It's like here you are. This is the energy you're in. And let's say this is your higher self. This is you having this awareness. You're protecting yourself. You're not just allowing people to come through and affect your energy. It's like an energy of you not being easily accessed by people anymore because you know their tricks. You know how this works. You can see these people coming from a mile away now. What do we have at the crown? Too many cards. What do we have at the crown? Five of Wands. Leo energy at the crown. Wow. You see these energies coming from a mile away, right? Here you are. This is the energy that you're in or moving towards. Here you are protecting yourself and your energy, your higher self protecting you. Here you are, your everyday self inside the matrix. Happy, successful, healed, healing. Here's your higher self protecting you now because you've aligned. And then here's these energies trying to make their way into your life, creating obstacles and challenges on your path. High vibrational Leo energy, low vibrational Leo energy, trying to bring out the worst in you, trying to get you to react to all the tactics they use against you, trying to bring conflict and discord into your life. It's an energy of tension and strife. You've put so much energy into reorganizing your life and how you actually function on the day-to-day, Leo. You've let go of so much unwanted baggage, and you've had to fight tooth and nail to get here. And this is not something that you will be surrendering ever. See, these energies are so used to pulling you back in the same cycle, they think that they'll be able to get you to fold. But not for the Leos I'm picking up on. Eventually, the tides shift. Looking back now on the cycles that I was in, some that lasted for years and years and years, it still is mind-blowing to me that I was able to get myself out of it, and I'm on this other timeline now. It's just, It's all really becoming a bad dream for me, almost like it never happened. You may be doing this, Leo. You're just kind of looking back on different times in your life. You're remembering things that you had to do, maybe jobs you had to work, and you're like, man, I can't believe that I came from that, or I had to go through that time. But Leo, you have to understand that it was all a part of your path. Those were all ingredients that turned you into the person you are today. You have this collection of experiences that nobody else has, and it's what makes you unique. Out of all the billions of people in the world, there is only one you that has experienced your unique set of circumstances. And this is why you are so truly special and needed for your life's experience and what you've faced up until this point. What do we have at the foundation from the Occult Tarot? See what demon's trying to keep my Leo's root chakra blocked, please. The star, gape, Aquarius energy. I read these next few cards as reversals, Leo, because they're demon energies, are negative polarities. And again, this goes along with everything I'm saying. Star in reverse. You're moving on from this energy of despair and feeling hopeless. Like this is it. Remember, Leo, when you were running these cycles and you always knew that there was a better way? That there had to be something better for you? Feels good to be on the other side of that now, doesn't it, Leo? I know that energy so well. And I have a Leo moon, so this resonates with me too. It's just really an energy of you looking back, Leo, seeing how far you've come, everything that you had to go through, all the battles you had to fight to be where you are now. And the fact that you never gave up on yourself, Leo. These energies wanted to see the worst in you. They wanted to bring out the worst in you. Because there is a threatening nature to you, Leo. I feel it here. You have this light inside of you that people feel like they need to put out. But they also want to hide it away. They want ownership over it. The Leo collective has always held on to hope. I like to think of hope in your darkest times as a kind of tether. I call it the divine tether. And I guess I can speak about this because I've been through this, so I have a point of reference. But I remember in my lowest times in my life, there was always something inside of me. Even though things seemed like they could not get worse and that there was no way out, there was always this little tug inside of me that kept me connected to something. At the time, I was like, what is that? Why do I still have this hope inside of me? In the darkest holes, Leo, that I could see no way out of, I had this flickering light inside of me that allowed me to escape everything that I was going through by going inward, by connecting to that flickering light, that divine tether, that hope. See, the divine has been with you, Leo, this entire time, no matter what you've been through, or no matter what you may be going through. Some of you are still going through the darkness, and that's okay. We all graduate in different seasons. You're meant to hear this when you're meant to hear this. But Leo, I want you to understand that that flickering light, that hope, that divine tether, that's your way out, Leo. I promise you, and I speak from experience. Because looking back now, I just don't know how I would have gotten out of the things that I was going through unless I always held on to the idea that that flickering light inside of me could quite possibly be my way out. And I was right. Because now, as I'm sitting on a whole new timeline, the only thing I can put it down to is some sort of spark of divinity that came into my life and created circumstances to unfold to remove me from the situations I was in because I held on to faith. I held on to hope. That is called a divine tether. So no matter where you go, Leo, you will always have that with you. We're sent down here into this life cycle, into the matrix, because we're meant to find our purpose and step into our destiny to help uplift and raise the collective vibration, period. That's what we came here to do. And we do that by living our most happiest, successful, abundant life that has already been prepared for us. We all have this coming to us by way of divine rights. No one can stop you from that except you and you alone, Leo. They're going to try and steal that hope and faith, that flickering light that you have inside of you, and they're going to try and cut that divine tether. That is your way out. I don't care what you're going through, Leo. I promise you that if you hold on to that and you focus on that and you speak to that and listen to that by way of the intuitive guidance that you get from within, you will get out of whatever situation you are in. That is how the divine communicates with you inside the matrix. And the reason why that connection feels like it's flickering or fading is because it's like we're going into a storm, right? This life, this simulation. And the divine starts to have a broken connection with us the more we go into the storm. We're aware of this before we even come here, but as soon as we enter into the storm, our memories are wiped. So we don't remember what's in our contract, in our mission statement. So for a large portion of our life, we're actually trying to remember what the mission statement is to begin with. Most people don't make it out, Leo. Most people sell out. They think it's too hard to fight to clear that connection between you and the divine. But it's not. It's actually much easier than selling out to the matrix, to the simulation. Something inside of me always fought. I never sold out. Of course, there was a large portion of my earlier years where I just had no idea about any of this, what I'm speaking about now. There was something inside of me that held on to something, but I didn't know how to compartmentalize it, let alone articulate it the way I can now. But that was all supposed to happen that way so I can speak about this now. But I never sold out. I never sold my soul. I always wanted to be a good person, even when I was younger and I was living a karmic lifestyle. The end goal was to always get out of that. But it was almost like my life was set up in a way where I had to go through the karmic energies to get through this energy of enlightenment. It's like the divine positioned me on the other side of hell, and the only way out was to walk through hell because of the experience that I needed to gain for my path. What do we have at the sacral, please? Lovers, Zephyr, Gemini energy at the sacral. Leo, this is an energy of struggle. Breakups, divorces, just an overall energy of discord. This represents these cycles right underneath the Wheel of Fortune at the sacral that you had to run to get to where you are now. See, the way you transmute energy perfectly is when you go through these cycles, you wake up to the patterns, you understand that they're karmic cycles in your life that you're supposed to graduate on from. You're thankful for the lesson because it's given you a certain set of tools. You're now the keeper of a specific kind of wisdom that only you could attain because you're significant. You're unique, like I was saying. So this is you having this understanding now of how this works. When you do this, this is you really flipping the script on the devil and these energies. This is what they don't want. They don't want you to transmute this energy. When this happens, Leo, it creates a vibrational shift in your life. It is ascension. This is you stepping into a new timeline. This is how this is done. You waking up to the knowledge of how you timeline jump by understanding that you need to transmute this negative energy and use it to empower you. You use it as fuel. You flip the script on the devil. Wheel of Fortune stacked with lovers at the sacral. Too many cards. What do we have at the solar plexus? Nine of Swords, Gemini energy again, Lyrae at the solar plexus. And here you are, flipping the script. Firing that energy back on the matrix, on these devil energies in your life. Healing, releasing this anxiety and grief and depression that it brought into your life. You're seeing now that it was all just an illusion. It was some sort of simulation meant to keep you stuck, keep you in place. It's an energy of you really having perspective now. There's also an emphasis here on rehabilitating yourself spiritually, mentally, physical, however it shows up for you. Most of the time, it's going to be in all areas, mind, body, and spirit. All these sectors of your temple will be having upgrades. You're being called to focus on all these things, mind, body, and spirit, empowering yourself. This is your coat of armor. This is your superpower. This reinforces your ascension, you healing yourself. What do we have at the heart? Ace of Swords, Citry, indiscretion and untruth. Wow, this goes along perfectly with what I just said. This is an energy of mental blocks and stress. Just pure chaos in your life. This is this energy you're overcoming. There's a lot of mental abuse that I'm picking up in this reading here, Leo. You being made to think that you're just not it. Like you don't have what it takes. Something like this. A tactic used to keep you in place. But the energy surrounding you flipping the script is very, very strong here as well, Leo. Ha'a'ia, refuge. And here you are, Page of Swords energy. Having moved on, up-leveled, ascended, this energy getting the memo. Yeah, Leo's moved on, they're doing great. Look, they're on the cover of a magazine on a poster, right? Doesn't have to be literally, it's just energy. These energies seeing now how you are aligning with your higher self, really becoming the best version of yourself, and they can't say anything, right? A lot of gossip surrounding you at the moment, Leo. This is all a part of it. People will always have something to say when they don't understand how you were able to accomplish something. People love to attack what they don't understand. You know, even before I was awoken to who I am now, I never held that trait. I never attacked people who were trying to better themselves. Never. In fact, I congratulated those people. Even if there was something inside of me that felt bad that I couldn't do that in my life at that point in time. I just started to think that maybe I was just meant to be an onlooker. That was my position inside the collective, is just to watch other people succeed and to be okay with that. And so I was. I just became okay with that. That I guess I'm one of the forgotten. But boy, was I wrong. Leo, I tell you that because it's so important for you to understand that not a single one of you is meant to feel that way. It's just a part of your path. You're just meant to experience being on that side of the coin. So when you are in your winning season, you can feel truly deserving of it. You should never feel like you don't deserve the success that you're stepping into, Leo. Yes, be humble, be gracious. It will allow you to enjoy it. Never put it in people's faces, ever. Don't do that. I think that's a test. But Leo, simply put, and I say this all the time, the lower you're being made to feel, the higher you're meant to soar. What do we have? Eight of Cups, Pisces energy at the throat. God, the pleasure of man's children. Transformation gives consolation in adversity. EL. This goes along perfectly with everything we're saying in regards to being the keeper of this wisdom, Leo. This is you having learned from the past, moving on from these cycles, stronger, empowered, feeling this energy of purpose all around you for the struggles you've been through. You understand very clearly that it wasn't for nothing, that all of that was a part of why you are even here. You had to feel it all, Leo. The lowest of lows, and now you will feel the highest of highs. It's the natural law of the universe. For those that have been on the bottom, you are now being repositioned on the top. As long as you've been doing the work, and this reading here resonates with you, you can look forward to a lot of happiness and success coming your way in the near future, if not already. And for those of you Leos that are still in the darkness, keep going. I promise you, you will make it to the other side. Just keep going. Remember the divine tether. 8 of Cups right underneath the sun. Moving on to better days. Using these energies to empower you on your path. Transmuting the negative into positive for divine fuel to catapult you into your destiny. 5 of Wands. Ha'a'ia. God listening in concealment. Politics and ambition. Wins judgments and protects all those who seek the truth. So we have 5 of Wands twice now. And this is an energy of hope returning to you, Leo. There's a big focus on your goals, your purpose, your destiny now. It's like you can see your way forward. It's like the smoke is clearing. Areas that you felt resistance up until this point, you start to feel in flow with. You start to feel like things are coming easier to you. It's because they are, Leo, because you're realigning with your North Node position, your destined path. You're coming out of the storm, right? Leo, that's your energy with that 5 of Wands. What do we have the crown to close this out for Leo, please? 3 of Cups, Cancer energy at the crown to close out the reading. EIL, the right hand of God. Fame and renown. Influences commerce, voyages, and great discoveries. And whenever I see this 3 of Cups, it's like there you are, right? Just a baby of the universe. And all your spirit guides protecting you. On path. Right where you're supposed to be. You have a lot of support and protection around you at this time, Leo. No matter where you are on this timeline. There is an energy of elevation here. And again, no matter where you are on the timeline, if you're in the darkness, there's a way out. If you've been on this path for a while, you're getting ready to move up to the next level. All Leos are moving on to the next level. You just need to stay very focused. You just need to hold that vision. Hold the line, Leos. Don't fall back into the cycle. And remember, the lower you feel, the more resistance you feel, the higher you're supposed to go, the bigger the purpose. Otherwise, why would they put so much attention into you and keeping you stuck? Think about that, Leo. Leo, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for your donations, Leo. Take care.